brunch I've had in Korea so far. Do you know the 5 love languages?
I saw this and I thought of you.
Tickling someone's back.
Like, it's like people shopping. Have you heard of that?
Back in the 1900s, we didn't have that.
Especially in Korea, it's so difficult because people work long hours.
I've had depression. I've had anxiety.
Stand in front of a mirror. Tell yourself you love yourself.
Why is this getting overlooked when this drives the ship?
Hello, Lulu. Ah, you're so cute. I already ordered.
Yay! Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna put this here.
That's okay. Did you get a new bag?
I did.
It's pretty.
It's from Teddy Blake. They sent it to me. It's from New York.
From New York?
Yeah, look, like the big apple. That is so cute.
It's an actual apple.
I know. Bang. Bang.
Yes.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Time I see these like real.
근데 왜 주황색이야? 맘에 근데 왜 주황색이야?
Wow. Ooh, it's nice. How have you been?
How have you been? Sorry. I've been good. I've been doing.
Because last time we made a video, we got a pretty good response. People were like kind of happy
people were
to
interested.
talk about self-love. Yeah.
Let's continue where we left off then.
Okay, do you know the 5 love languages? This is how you love other people and how you receive love from other people.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just break those down again. So there's physical touch, and that doesn't mean just, it means, you know,
Hugs, holding hands.
yeah, affection. And so like it could be like giving someone a massage, or like a head massage, or like tickling someone's back, you know, all that. So anyway, physical touch. Then there's gifts, giving and receiving.
It shouldn't be expensive or anything. It doesn't have to be
It
like
doesn't
something
have to be,
like
it
fancy.
can be, I mean.
Life is not all about like the expensive, like luxury, fancy stuff. Sometimes just like a real heartfelt letter written by a person you love. That would like mean more than like some fancy jewelry. Or, for example, when somebody tells you, "Oh, I like to receive gifts," usually people immediately think like, "Oh, they like to get like expensive stuff, like they're so materialistic."
So you could think like, oh, that person's materialistic, or oh, that person is vain or something. But no, it doesn't necessarily mean that. You're right. It could be, like you said, a handwritten letter.
Yeah, like small cute stuff. Just anything you give.
Yeah.
You know, like those gifts that your friends get you when they're just like, they see something in a store and they just buy it and then they give it to you. They're like, I saw this and I thought of you.
That is so much more meaningful than like, oh, it's Christmas and I have to give something. I really love when someone's like, this reminded me of you. And I had to get it for you because I knew it would make you smile. That's so much more genuine.
Yes.
And I would way rather that than like the obligatory, it's your birthday, here's a present.
Exactly. These like spontaneous small things can mean so much to a person.
Words of affirmation, meaning like you are affirming someone with your words. So you're saying nice things to someone about them. So like, oh, it can be physical things like, oh, you look so beautiful today. But it can also be like, oh, I really like how you tried so hard on that. Wow, that looks gorgeous. It's French toast. You like French toast. And you love bacon. Oh, they got arugula salad. Oh my god! Wow, that is so nice. It's like seasoned perfectly. Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Saying the nice things to someone to lift their day.
I think it's also more than that. Like, you know, sometimes you need reassurance in your relationship.
Yes.
And I think words of affirmation are also that, where you tell your partner like, hey, listen, everything is okay. Don't worry about like whatever you might have as a worry. I'm here for you, and you know, no one's gonna get in the way of.
Oh yeah, for sure. Reassurance is good.
It's necessary.
It is necessary. Especially like in today's world where dating is like Such a minefield. People can just swipe and find a new person.
That is so... I really don't agree with that. Like, it's like people shopping. Have you heard of that? You just like... It's like when you go like to an online shopping mall, you go like, I like this t-shirt, I like these pants, but it's for people. You literally do that. Like you go like, oh, I like this person's looks. You don't even look at like what they write or like who they are.
I never experienced that, so
it's good that you haven't. You're not missing out on much. I feel like at this point, the majority, like what, like almost everybody has tried dating apps at some point. Either, well, I mean, yes.
Back in the 1900s, we didn't have that.
Anyone over the 2000s, I guess. I've checked out dating apps as well. Like, you just start looking at people's appearance, and you go like, I don't like this one, I don't like this one, I like this one. I think that those kind of things really influence love languages because you detach the emotional and the human part of a person because you just look at them like you're watching a shopping mall.
And it makes love become so transactional. I don't like that. Like, I feel like love should be like so much more genuine.
It should be.
The two people are like helping each other grow and being supportive and being the safe place for each other to fall. And like,
right.
You know, you get sick and that's the person you want to talk to, or
right. And then, but to have that basis, you already have to meet a person under certain circumstances. And I don't think that the online platforms are the right way to do that.
Yeah.
Again, bringing it back to how modern dating is like, I feel like a lot of people don't have that connection to be able to give words of affirmation, which is really important in my opinion. Just even if it's not your love language, it's so important in a relationship to have somebody that tells you why they love you, that they love you, that they're there for you.
You have to have someone who understands and respects your love language, right?
Yes.
Like, because I've been in many relationships where I felt like I had to beg to get told like things I wanted to hear, and
honestly,
that's not right.
No.
I personally am the type to be very, very loving and showing my love a lot. Anyway, but it's true. Physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts,
Acts of service.
acts of service.
Acts of service. Again, this sounds very much when I first read that.
Try this banana. It's like got candy, like it's like caramelized. It's so good.
Oh. Love yourself through food, healthy food.
This is the best brunch I've had in Korea so far. It's so good.
What are you smiling about? 아, 루루 어디 갔어? 이거 I can eat it. Oh, I was not doing anything. 조금만. I really like the food here.
That's as good as it's gonna get.
You try it.
Oh,
We've got this one too, this toast, beautiful marvelous thing.
it looks gorgeous.
The first time that I heard about acts of service, I thought it sounded weird because it sounds like you're being a slave, you know?
맘에
Serve me.
맘에 어렸을 때 보여줘.
이따가 보여줄게. Like doing things for your partner to show them that you care. You know, they're sick, so you make them some chicken noodle soup.
When you do something for somebody and you give them something, it's an act of service because you did something,
Yeah.
but it's a gift.
Yeah, you drive them somewhere so they don't have to take the bus. Like,
Yeah. And there's one more. Quality time.
quality time.
I think that one's really important.
That is one that the modern world really makes it difficult.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because like now couples like they'll be in the same bed ready to go to sleep and they're just both looking at their phone.
But also, I feel like especially in Korea, it's so difficult because
Oh,
people
God.
work long hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a whole other city.
Yeah. Like Jumar Bubu.
Yeah.
So you have to know for sure, like, when's your day off or when do you have time, and like, and I think too, it's really a thing, like, when you meet someone, like, you should make sure that there's things that you like doing together.
Definitely, or learn to like the same things. Like you have to have interest in your partner's interest as well,
Cause like, yeah, cause like
or your friend's interest.
opposites attract. I feel like that is not a long-term solution.
No, quality time is really important because I feel like the majority of people, once they do get home, they just turn on their phone, they lay in their bed, and that's a way for people to unwind. But when you think about it, it's not exactly a way, like that's not good for yourself because you're just turning off your brain because you're so tired, right?
Yeah.
You're mentally exhausted. I don't want to think, I'm just gonna scroll. So it's not exactly resting. Because then people go to sleep, they wake up and they're tired. But why? Because they've been looking at their phone the whole time and they've been stimulating their
Well,
brain.
that's why they, like, doctors and stuff are saying, like, don't look at your phone for at least an hour before bed. And I'm
Yes.
like,
But it's
I fall
hard.
asleep, like, finishing editing shorts. The whole point of everything that I wanted to talk about today was that our 5 love languages that we always think about when we think about how we receive love first. People always think about that first. How do I receive love? Also,
Get it.
how we give it, but not just to other people. It's also to how we give love to ourselves.
Absolutely.
So that's like, once you know that, then you can start targeting your self-love, like self-care routine and self-love routine to your actual love language. So if you like
Yeah.
physical touch, can you think of something that you should go do?
Get a massage.
Get a massage. If you like gifts, what can you do?
Get yourself a nice meal.
Treat yourself. Get yourself something. And what if you like quality time?
Then you just have to be with yourself.
Yes, spend time alone and like in a
And not
peaceful
on the
place.
phone.
Yeah,
Not
and
on-
what if you like words of affirmation? This one is really good.
It's gonna sound cringy. Go, stand in front of a mirror, tell yourself you love yourself.
Exactly. If you wake up every single morning and the first thing you do is you look in the mirror and you're like, I love you. You're so pretty. I love you. You're wonderful. You're strong and you're amazing. Literally.
You will start feeling great.
Yeah, eventually. At first it feels so weird, right?
Yeah, first
But
you're like, what am I doing?
Yes.
I look like an idiot. But,
Yes,
but
then one day you're like,
no one else is gonna judge you, it's just you. But why would you judge yourself?
oh, babe, I will like go in the mirror and pull the weirdest faces and just be like, make weird noises and get all the weird out.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also do that to you because we share a brain cell, so.
That's okay, we're rubbing the brain cell. It's like, come on, get some stuff. No, wait, maybe people can think it's weird.
Not rubbing anything weird. Oh my god, sorry. Cut that out. Acts of service, do something for yourself.
Yeah.
So like, it could be like completing things on your to-do list that you don't want to do, which has the two-pronged effect of then we talked last time about increasing your ability to have willpower.
Something that I've noticed, at least it works for me, is that you just cook yourself something simple, but something that you like, and put effort in it. Don't just like throw things together and just be like, yeah, okay.
Make it like
this is
with
cooked.
love.
Make it with love and be like, I deserve this. I
Yeah.
deserve to cook something nice for myself.
Yes.
I don't deserve like a quick put together meal every
Or like
day that I just don't care about.
pre-packaged like,
Yeah, like pre-packaged.
garbage food.
Yeah, like it's okay. Sometimes, okay, we are all busy. We don't have time
Yeah.
to always cook. But when you have like free time and you're in your bed laying there and you're like, oh my god, like I'm kind of hungry and I don't really feel good anyway, and so like 귀찮아 to get up and I don't want to do this. Just try. You'll feel better.
Oh, I thought of one more that's like you can do for free if you like physical touch, because let's face it, physical touch, like not everybody can go and get a massage,
That's true.
but you can go out for a walk and do exercise,
That's true.
which is tied to physical touch because it improves your physical well-being. Exercise is like,
Or call a friend. Tell them you need a hug.
yeah, hug.
A hug is
What?
like,
But there's some people who'd be like, I don't have any friends. You can self.
yourself. Touch yourself.
Actually, I was researching about this, and that's the thing.
There you go. Physical touch.
Physical touch. Hug your kids.
If you have kids, hug your kids.
Hug those kids. You should be hugging your kid every day anyway.
Yes.
Did you know that people need like 5 hugs a day?
Hug your kids if you have them. Hug your partner.
Hug your kids. Hug your partner.
Hug yourself.
Hug yourself. You can. If you're finding yourself, I just spit. If you're finding yourself like really like having a hard time, there's people that are talking about like your inner child and healing your inner child. So you can do like, you know, like, and you can do, if you have anxiety, you can do bilateral stimulation like this. Remember we saw the other day that video that my friend sent me about like how Koreans face like so much depression because of the lifestyle here. So like that's why I feel like now that there's this kind of awakening starting here where people are realizing like, oh my god, I have to take care of myself and my mental health, because there used to be so much stigma around mental health.
It was like a taboo where you just can't talk about it. Like you feel sad, they go like, nah.
I know. But the
and
thing
it's like, thank you, I feel so good now.
Yeah, and if people like were like, oh, I have depression, that was like something to be embarrassed about, and I'm like, no, like you guys take such good care of your bodies. You do. Like Koreans are so good about body health.
Physical.
Why is
health.
this getting overlooked when this drives the ship? Like this is the conductor.
I mean, even in Europe until like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something, even then still, when people say like...
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, I think America was the pioneer in this.
Absolutely. I've had depression, I've had anxiety, I've had a lot of struggles. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. Like, you know, there's a lot that I've dealt with, and I've had a lot of life circumstances that were really hard. And so I always feel really grateful that Korean people are like, one person was like, oh, if it's too hard here, you should go. And I'm like, no, the problem is not Korea. The problem is like my circumstance.
The situation.
Yeah, I don't want to be shy that I had depression. I don't want to feel...
Yeah, why should you? Like,
well, I don't.
I'll never forget this. I was on like the theater in here. A girl next to me was crying. Like she was like with her cap on, with her mask on, like embarrassed. Like she was crying on the train. If you're crying
I've
on
been
the
that
train,
girl.
but if that happens, that's pretty serious. So something must have happened.
Yeah.
And nobody seemed to care, or no one was like concerned or asking anything. And I didn't really speak Korean. I gave her like a pack of tissues. I like took out a tissue. I was like, please take
That's
this.
nice
Like,
that you did that.
and I gave her like, I did like a shoulder rub because I was like, I'm not sure what I should do. And I know that some people don't even like physical touch, but I was so like, I'm so sorry to what is...
You're moved by...
Yeah. I was like so moved. I was like, I don't know what I can do, so I'll just like try to like tap and I gave her. Yeah. And she was like so thankful.
I think a lot of times the reason why people won't necessarily help other people if something's going on like that is like you just said.
Yeah.
I think it's because they don't want to embarrass the person more by like noticing.
She's stepping.
Are you doing toda?
5 love languages. Learn your own, very important.
Yeah.
And learn to both give and take.
You can tailor it to like your partner, and that's why it's a discussion that you should absolutely have. How do you receive love? What makes you feel loved?
Yeah. How do you feel loved? What makes you happy? Let me do those things for you, and then you tell them what makes you happy, and they do it for you.
So what are your love languages? Quickly.
Words of affirmation. I want to hear.
That's me too. But what's your second? There's always 2.
Gifts. I like to receive cute little like
You
letters.
give gifts too.
I give a lot of gifts. When I like somebody, I give stuff all the time.
I'm really similar to you. I'm like physical touch and words of affirmation. They're like even that touch, baby. All right, well, let's go. This is so good, but I think I'm gonna have to get rolled out of this restaurant. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
All the way from New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
I am obsessed with it. I love it.
It's really pretty.
They're based in New York, the designer is, but they're made in Italy. It's Italian leather.
No way.
Oh, smell it.
Don't mind if I do. Smelling the bag. but I feel weird. It smells good. It's real leather?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Real leather, but it's like it's so nice and sturdy. And then look at the inside, red.
That's so pretty. I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I love it because it's so like the size is so nice.
Right. It's a really cute bag.
'Cause, you know,
Is it like only in black?
Oh no, there's like so many colors. This bag is just one of the designs too. Like so many designs, so many different colors are available, and even like
Oh.
different finishes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But like Italian leather must cost a lot.
So affordable. It's made in the same factory as like other well-known brands, but like it's so much more affordable.
Really?
Yeah, and when they sent me their website, they're like, choose what you want, right? So I was like, it took me like 2 days to choose a bag because there's so many bags and there's so like, I was like, oh, which one should I do? But you know, I have so many kids, so I was like, I need a big bag that I can put everything. And like for when I go filming and stuff, I can put the GoPro and everything in there.
It's
So
nice. It looks really pretty. Congratulations on your new bag.
Thank you, I love it. I'm the president of this bag.